Whoa, New Japan, E3, Japan trip, Anime Expo. Whoa, y'all better calm down now. I'll get to all y'all in a second. Konnichiwa everybody, it is I, Musashi X, coming to you live once again with another episode of Real Talk. Now this is the first episode, or rather the first video I have done for like weeks, if only because I've been so busy trying to get some stuff done, preparing myself for two trips actually. As you saw in the top of the video, I mentioned both Japan and Anime Expo. Yes, by June 21st, this Thursday, at the time of this video of course, I'll be flying to Japan for the first time. Just a regular visit, checking out places and whatnot. And then by July 3rd, I'll be flying straight from Japan to Los Angeles for Anime Expo. And yeah, there'll be a lot of things in Anime Expo that are going to happen, so yeah, double duty for me, guys. And I'm actually excited for it. But before we get to those two things, why don't we start off with this past weekend? Well, this past weekend, Project Acon happened in Fort Worth, and honestly I got really nothing to say about it, if only because I did not go to it. And the reason why I didn't go, well, two things happened that weekend also. In June 9th, there was New Japan Pro Wrestling's Dominion in Osaka, and if you don't know Dominion, New Japan Dominion is actually New Japan's version of WWE SummerSlam. So yeah, and plenty of great matches in the card, and basically I'll just go to the ones that I know they may deem really good for like future New Japan pay-per-views. So we're gonna start off with first off, El Desperado and Kanemaru of Suzuki-gun, well, they retained their junior heavyweight titles against, I guess, Roppongi 3K, which is a good match in its own right, but it does get better later on in the evening. And then next up, there's a tag team match between Juice Robinson and David Finlay of Taguchi Japan against United States champion Jay White and Yoshihashi of Chaos. And Juice Robinson did make an upset victory pin against Jay White, so pretty soon it's most likely he's going to get a shot against Jay White again in the future, which I will talk about real soon. And let's see here. Okay, Tomohiro Ishii and Toru Yano of Chaos, well, they lost to both Suzuki-gun members, Zack Sabre Jr. and Minoru Suzuki, and they ended it with a submission. Granted, Zack Sabre Jr., you gotta admit, he's really good on submissions, and Minoru Suzuki, well, he's been in MMA before, so it's likely when it comes to submissions, he does have the edge on it. Then next up is the Never Openweight Championship triple threat between the former champion Hiroki Goto of Chaos against Taichi of Suzuki-gun and the unbreakable Michael Elgin, part-time of Taguchi Japan. And in an upset victory, Taichi was pinned by Michael Elgin, not only earning him the Neverweight Open Championship, but it's most likely it opened the door also for Goto to have a rematch for the title, since in a triple threat match in any promotion, the champion does not have to get pinned in order to lose the belt. So it'll be interesting to see a one-on-one match between Elgin and Goto. And yeah, that's just one of many title changes throughout that pay-per-view, folks. Because next up, the Tag Team Heavyweight Championship. Well, the Young Bucks, they recently moved to the heavyweight division. They challenged Sonata and Evil of Los Ingobernables de Japón. And from a really good tag team match, well, the Young Bucks, they got the belts. And yeah, throughout this whole night, Bullet Club is definitely going to be on the roll. Speaking of which, Yeah, Bullet Club's Cody Rhodes, Adam Page, and the villain Marty Scurll. Well, they actually wrestled in a tag team match against the Ace, Hiroshi Tanahashi. Well, 3 legends actually. Of course, there's the Ace, Hiroshi Tanahashi, one of the greatest junior heavyweights of all time, Jushin Thunder Liger, and of course, another legend in his own right, Rey Mysterio, who finally made his debut in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And overall, the 6-man tag team match, while the Bullet Club did score a victory, you gotta admit though that that all participants in that match, they really give it their all, and I gotta applaud to the fact that they made the 6-man match run so well, especially from the Legends 3 themselves. Not to mention the fact that after all these years, Rey Mysterio, Jushin Liger, and Tanahashi, no matter how old they are, those guys can still keep at it. Speaking of junior heavyweights, we then have the Junior Heavyweight Championship on the line. Will Ospreay of Chaos against Hiromu Takahashi of Los Ingobernables de Japón. And I gotta say that overall in this match, well, first off, it's great to see Takahashi win the title after he won the Best of Super Juniors tournament. And rightfully so, because he's actually a very interesting junior heavyweight to watch. In fact, the match between them is so good, or rather, well, actually, let's just say that this match, along with Takahashi's and Will Ospreay's past matches in the Best of Super Juniors 25, were so good that it made that one cruiserweight show looked eh. But then comes the 2 main events of the evening. Well, the Intercontinental Championship changed hands as Tetsuya Naito of Los Ingobernables, well, he lost it to Y2J Chris Jericho in what I considered a really good hardcore style match, even though it's not exactly a hardcore match. Although, well, knowing Chris Jericho, he knows how to surprise the audience with what he can do, and effort shows right here in New Japan. So yeah, congratulations are in order to Y2J Chris Jericho for winning the title. His 10th overall Intercontinental Championship, by the way, but his very first in New Japan. Oh, and finally, the big one. 2 out of 3 falls match between Kazuchika Okada, the former champion from Chaos, against, well, the best bout machine himself, Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega, whew, they went actually about an hour and 4 minutes going through this match, and on the third and final fall, well, Kenny Omega hit the One-Wing Angel on Kazuchika Okada. Didn't get a chance to kick out of it, and Kenny Omega finally, as much as I like Omega deserves the belt at last. So I guess you could say he's basically a Triple Crown winner or Grand Slam champion. I don't know what it's called there in New Japan, but all I know is that Kenny Omega, well, he's completely done it all. And because of that, his victory over Okada not only resulted in Kenny Omega reconciling with the Young Bucks, but also because of the union between the Young Bucks and his Golden Lovers partner Kota Ibushi, in a post-match conference, they have become united and they become the Golden Elite. And that right there, folks, is an awesome thing that can happen. And yeah, we'll get more on the Golden Elite later on. But overall, New Japan Dominion, whew, I guess it's safe to say that as good as Wrestle Kingdom is this year, I think, in my opinion, Dominion this year may be New Japan's pay-per-view of the year. I'm very sure of that. Especially when let's see, in the past 3 matches between Omega and Okada, Okada Omega won. Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer, he gave it 6 stars out of 5, which is unprecedented. At first glance, but it got even more unprecedented when in last year's Dominion, in Okada Omega 2, it went to 6 and 1/4 stars. Then it went to 6 stars on G1 Climax last year when Kenny Omega defeated Okada to gain more points on the G1 Climax. And finally, this match, the 2 out of 3 falls on Dominion this year. Again, Dave Meltzer went all out. He gave this match, wait for it, there we go, 7 stars out of 5. Wow. And I gotta say, I really agree with what Meltzer is saying. I mean, in my opinion, okay, Omega and Okada, they're able to outdo what they've done the first 3 matches with this match, but I'm not sure if they'll be able to outdo what they've already done. Because out of every match you see nowadays on WWE, they come up as eh. But in New Japan, all their matches are so good. But this main event in Oblivion, in Dominion, I forgot Oblivion's a game. Dominion, I don't know if any other match can top that, or if they can top what they've already done. But all I can say is that 7 stars, well earned, definitely well earned at that. We'll be talking about more of New Japan much later, but right now we're going to shift gears a little bit and we'll go on to the Electronic Entertainment Expo, or E3, of this year. Also happening the same weekend as Dominion. And all the press conferences I see throughout the weekend is, well, how should I say it? They're kinda eh. I mean, Microsoft and Sony's are not exactly that bad though, but when it comes to Bethesda and the N Company, I think those guys really shined. And so is Ubisoft. But one thing I will say about E3 overall is that they have really good previews this year that I could not wait until they come out. In fact, I think that right after my Japan trip, whatever money I have left, I'll be actually making some more pre-orders. I mean, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna go through the list of games that were featured on E3. Well, for one thing, for Bethesda, the sequel to the Doom reboot, Doom Eternal, is already in production. And what's sad about that is that I haven't played the reboot yet, although so many people have told me how good that game is. And the thing is, I used to like playing Doom back in the day, and yeah, I should definitely get that reboot soon. But then Bethesda also show off Fallout 76, which they say is the prequel to all of the Fallout games that came out. So basically, way before 1. And it's going to be online only. Although they say that not only is it going to be open world, but even though they say it's online only, they say you could actually play by yourself, which I actually don't mind really, because I have played Cyber Dimension Neptunia all by myself without any help online, and I was able to breeze through it just fine. So I don't think I'll have that much problem playing it online. All on my lonesome. Whatever. And yeah, they announced also Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, on other consoles aside from PS4 and Xbox One. It's also coming out on the N Company's SW as well. And sadly, I've yet to defeat New Order and Old Blood yet. yeah, I really don't have time that much for first-person shooters either, folks, because, again, busy with life and busy with videos. And speaking of videos, I will get to it soon. And yeah, they also announced Wolfenstein Youngblood. I believe it's going to be the third in the sequel after New Colossus, in which the twin daughters of the hero, BJ Blazkowicz, well, it's going to be their turn now to fight off the evil regime. This time, it'll be interesting to hear the story. And let's see here. Well, in Bandai Namco Entertainment, DBZ Fighters is finally gonna see a release on the SW console. So, anybody who's complaining about not being the SW console, well, you got your wish. So, yeah. Now the other thing that Bandai Namco also shows is that, well, Code Vein, they show more of the gameplay aside from what I saw in Anime Expo last year, and yeah, that's another game I couldn't wait to get. Jump Force, which I think is a sequel to Jumpstar's Victory Versus, which I actually have on PS3. Yeah, and so far the series that are in that game are Naruto, of course, but also Dragon Ball, One Piece, and at the end of the trailer they show Light and Ryuk from Death Note. So it'll be interesting to see how the Death Note characters will actually fight in that game. But yeah, I think it's going to be a tag team match, but still using the same engine as it was in J-Star's Victory Versus and JoJo Eyes of Heaven, if you haven't played either one of those yet. And of course there's Soul Calibur 6. Probably I'm gonna rent that game first though, because the thing is they haven't shown every single character yet, but they have show some parts of story mode. Especially that Soul Calibur 6 is actually a retelling of the first game, so it'll be interesting to see the full story of it firsthand, and how it'll go to like Soul Calibur 2 and onwards. And of course they also announced a definitive version of Tales of Vesperia, which is basically the Japanese PlayStation 3 version of Tales of Vesperia being brought West Side and remastered, because in the original Western release on the 360, there are some things that the Japanese PS3 version lacked, which is why that version on the Japanese PS3, it's gonna finally be localized here in the US. So I can't wait for that one to come out. And of course, there's My Hero Academia Once Justice. It'll be an interesting fighter to say the least, considering how popular My Hero Academia is. And I think, judging by the gameplay, it's still gonna have 2D style controls, but having shifting camera angles. If you have played JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle, it's kind of gonna be like that. Though I don't think there's gonna be any free roaming 3D movements at all, but rather they'll have it's most likely gonna be a 2D fighter with shifting camera angles, just like JoJo All-Star Battles. So yeah, so many of my friends on social media that are cosplaying the characters, they're looking forward to that, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's see, Atlas. Well, the PlayStation 4, they'll get Catherine Full Body, which is a definitive edition of Catherine, only with extra scenarios and more stuff and whatnot. Yeah, I haven't gone to that game that much, but I'll probably just wait for that version instead. And of course, there's for some people who think the Vita is going down, well, the thing is, Persona 3 and 5 dancing, well, they're coming, so don't count the Vita out just yet. Obviously, it's not gonna. Obviously, sales-wise, it's not doing well, but you can't deny the quality of how of how the graphics on the games look, you know. Let's see, what else is there to talk about? Oh yeah, in the Activision side, well, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy will also be coming out on all the other consoles, and the reason why is because, well, the first few games of Crash, they used to be Naughty Dog until Universal and then Sierra and then Activision bought the rights to it. So that's the reason why it's going multi-console. So, still good trilogy if you haven't played it yet. And speaking of trilogy, well, I cannot wait for Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Yes, the first 3 Spyro games all gonna be remade from the ground up. And honestly, I can't wait for it to come out. In fact, that's the next game I'm gonna pre-order when I come back for both Japan and Anime Expo. So yeah, excited for it. And another game that I'm excited also is Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. Set on the Sengoku era, which is cool, and given it's from Software, the overall gameplay, well, let's just say it's a spiritual successor to the Tenchu games. If you haven't played it yet, Tenchu is basically a stealth-based ninja action game. You do stealth kills and whatnot in order to complete your objectives, and just from the looks of the gameplay, Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice is very much a successor on that, and I really can't wait to play that soon. Sadly, it doesn't come out till early of next year. Oh, speaking of Sengoku era, yeah, coming from Sucker Punch, we have yeah, I'm trying to find out where that was. Oh, I know. Hold on a second. Think I found it. Oh, here it is. Ghost of Tsushima from Sucker Punch. Also, well, actually, it's not. Well, actually, it's not set on. Well, actually, my bad. It's not set on the Sengoku era, but rather it's set on during the first Mongol invasion in Japan, and yeah, it's and yeah, given that it's made by Sucker Punch, I think you could say the gameplay will kind of play like any of Sucker Punch's games, like Infamous, except in the Samurai era. So yeah, after looking at the gameplay video of that, along with the game, and of course there's the gameplay of Last of Us 2, of course, no need for me to explain further about that game. Those 2 games, I really can't wait for them to come out soon. And what else is there to talk about? Oh yeah, in the Sega section, there's Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise, which is basically taking the entire first season of Fist of the North Star, but instead of it being a beat 'em up like the Koei Tecmo games, it's going to be a beat 'em up setting similar to that of the Yakuza games. And yeah, I really can't wait for that because I'm a huge fan of Fist of the North Star. I have seen the entire series, the sequels, the prequels, their spin-offs. Yeah. I really can't wait for that game to come out, even though some people already played the imported version of it. That, and I'm also looking forward to Sonic Mania Plus, which I've already pre-ordered on GameStop. I'm also looking forward to Team Sonic Racing. Oh yes, the remastering of Shenmue 1 and 2. Even though I already have Shenmue 2 on the original Xbox, but I can't really wait for the remastered version of both games real soon. Because it's going to be expensive nowadays to get the original copies on both the Dreamcast and Xbox respectively. And let's see. Oh yes, Devil May Cry 5. Yep, Devil May Cry back in the glory that it's supposed to be. Unlike that, yeah, less said about that other game the better. But yeah, it's great to see Devil May Cry 5 on the show floor. Nero's back, only this time, his arm is definitely worse for wear. Now he's got a new prosthetic robotic arm. no telling who ripped the arm out of him. But yeah, the gameplay, it's still how it was in the past games. And hey, Dante does show up at the very end for a brief while, but this time he's definitely sporting some more facial hair on him. So yeah, there's really no telling where the story takes place, but we'll see it when it comes out. And let's see, what else is there? Oh yeah, Dead or Alive 6. Can't wait for that game. Neo 2. Yeah, I haven't played the first Neo yet. I need to play that game before that game comes out. Yeah, I blame the slacker in me for not playing it yet. And of course, on the Microsoft Studio side, well, I cannot wait for Ori and the Will of the Wisps come out. Although I still need to play the first game if I can finally get an Xbox One. And of course, there's going to be a new DLC for Cuphead, which I cannot wait. A new character, a new scenario to play. Can't wait for that. But if the DLC comes out on PC, then there's no reason for me to get it on that version. And of course, the Battletoads are coming back after so much popularity of Rash showing up on Killer Instinct. I think now is a good enough time for the Battletoads themselves to finally get a comeback they deserve. And let's see here. Ooh, what else do we got here? What else do we have here? Oh yeah, we're gonna end. Oh yeah, we're gonna. Let's see, what else is there? Oh yeah, Mega Man 11 comes out on October 2nd. Really can't wait for it. And I'm glad that Capcom did the right thing by bringing back both his charge shot and his slide, because that is one mistake Capcom made on Mega Man 9 and 10. They should never have removed it in the first place. But now that they brought it back, that'll make the gameplay so much fun. That's not to say 9 and 10 aren't fun by any means, but really removing the defining features out of Mega Man, that's just not a good thing. That's like saying if you're gonna remove Hadouken or Shoryuken out of Ryu and Ken. It just won't work. Finally, the N Company. Well, they went all out this year, but only a few games actually caught my attention. In fact, now they're going to release a new an 11th party game, which is well, let's just hope it is better, because if you remember the 10th party game, it did kind of suck. That's one game that Pro Jerry did not like. So hopefully this 11th party game or super party game can actually alleviate the misery, you know. And of course there's gonna be a new Pocket Monsters game, 2 versions for the SW console, which will play just like Generation 6 and 7, except it's actually going to be a remake of Yellow version, which is actually my very first version that I ever played, and is actually one of my favorites. And let's see, this one comes out November 16th. So yeah, I guess there's a reason for me to actually get the SW console on Black Friday. And prior to Black Friday, I hope to get a used Xbox One before Black Friday on a pawn shop, because let's just say getting a new Xbox One, it's going to cost me an extra, so I might as well try to be resourceful about it. And finally, oh, here we go. They got a new Smash Ultimate. Or rather, they call it Smash Ultimate. It's going to release actually in December of this year, which I will also pre-order on GameStop. And the cool part is that the roster will contain all the characters, including DLC, from the very first game on the N64 all the way to the Smash games on U and 3D Dual Screen. But I think what they meant by that is that some characters that are DLC, instead they'll be characters that you unlocked, and I really don't mind that, actually, because see, the problem with fighting games nowadays you don't see that much unlockables this time. Instead, they just resort to using DLC. I mean, whatever happened to the days when you got a fighting game that you like and play through until you get all the characters, you know? Those days are long gone, which is actually quite sad. I'd much rather see it come back again, or if they can follow in Tekken Tag Tournament 2's footsteps by having characters, having DLC characters be free for download in like a certain interval, you know? I prefer it that way, instead of having to pay for it. But, well, if you want the complete experience on some fighting games, you gotta have to... Oh, how do you say it? Well, to quote Vince McMahon, what about the money, huh? What about the money? Okay, not a good idea to imitate the chairman of the board. But yeah, E3 overall good showing. And I think there's a new date already posted for E3 of next year. It's going to be around late or middle of June. And I plan on going next year this time. Well, at the cost of sacrificing some conventions. But if I'm going to make that bucket list, I have to make that sacrifice. And it's not just me. A few of my friends from... Well, one friend of mine from Geeks 5 Ever... he's also planning on going, so he and I are going to be on talks on how we're going to go about planning where to stay and which booths, or rather covering all the booths on video and narrating our stories about it. But yeah, next year's E3 for sure. My friend and I, we're going to go and make it happen. But I will say this though, I will not sacrifice Anime Expo. Anyway, shifting gears, back to New Japan Pro Wrestling. Well, let's see. Days after Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks won their respective titles, they also flew to Los Angeles for E3 in a Street Fighter V impromptu match against WWE's The New Day. And to keep it short, just watched. The overall outcome is that, well, The New Day won. I think it's safe to say that the Elite were actually unprepared because I doubt they played that much Street Fighter V. Granted, Kenny Omega, he did fare well on some parts of Street Fighter V, just not with the character he portrayed in one of the most recent trailers, which was the reveal of Cody in Street Fighter V, because Kenny Omega, he was definitely unprepared on playing the character, considering the fact that Cody in Street Fighter V plays nothing like in Street Fighter 4. Or Street Fighter Alpha 3 for that matter. And as for the Young Bucks, yeah, I could tell from their performance they didn't go past Street Fighter 2 or 3. Much less 4. But it is kind of entertaining to watch, though, seeing New Day dominate against the Elite. So you can find that out in Austin Creed's or Xavier Woods, whatever the heck you want to call that guy, in his channel Up Up Down Down. And speaking of New Japan, in July 7th, in San Francisco, there's going to be the G1 Special in the US in San Francisco. Unfortunately, it's the same day as Anime Expo, which, again, Anime Expo didn't get a chance to talk negotiations and have it next door to the Staples Center, or else they could have made more money. But yeah, G1 Special in San Francisco, well, there are already 4 matches in the card. First, we'll have the, let's see, what do we have? Well, there's going to be a tag team match between let's see. Yeah, it's going to be Kazuchika Okada and Hiroki Goto in a tag team match against against Naito and Bushi, I think. I don't remember if Naito was gonna team up with Bushi though, but I do know that Evil and Sonata, well, they're granted a rematch against the Young Bucks for the heavyweight tag team titles, and because of the upset victory on one tag team match, Takuji Japan's Juice Robinson will get a shot against Jay White for the U.S. title, and finally, it's gonna be another Bullet Club Civil War as Kenny Omega, the champion, will defend his title against Cody Rhodes. So that's gonna be an interesting thing to watch. I mean, will Cody win the match, or will it be Cody's last stand? Who knows? And who knows what's gonna happen in the show, being the Elite. So stay tuned for that. I'll just watch the show on Access TV and then just report it on the next Real Talk. And next up, well, in a few days I'll be going to Japan. That's right. Got my passport set up. Already got my voucher for my Japan Rail Pass. Already got some tickets pre-ordered for some of their theme parks and all of the historical places I want to go to. Not to mention, today in the mail, I got my condenser microphone for the very camera that I'm using to record this show. And I'm actually going to test this one later because I'm actually going to use this to record my videos. But also, this will also be used in my Japan trip to also document of all the things that I'll be doing over there. So yeah, it's going to be a really interesting video. It's also going to be one of my longest videos. In fact, I'll actually be in Japan for 12 days, and given the so many footages that I will be and places that I'll be going to take footage of and document, most likely, at least it's on my guess that that my Japan trip, as part of my documentary show, it will be a two-parter, because I'll be doing a lot of things there that you won't see here in the U.S. And I will also provide first-time comers to Japan or upcoming first-timers some tips on how to go about Japan, where to go, how you get your tickets and stuff. Something that I'm actually inspired by Yellow Productions after all the tips and stuff that I've been watching from its host. And of course, right after I'm done with Japan, well, I'll be going straight from Japan to Anime Expo. Yep, I am not giving up on that con whatsoever. That's always going to be my vacation con no matter what. And just like last year, well, it's also going to be lit again. There'll be more voice actors coming in. Let's see, Erika Lindbeck, the voice of Futaba Sakura from Persona 5, will be in attendance. Some of the voice actors of Steven Universe. Let's see, Bryce Pepperbrook, the voice of Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan. And I'll also see the return of Tony Anselmo, the current voice of Donald Duck since 1985. And last year, he signed my copy of Kingdom Hearts 2 on the PS2. So I'm happy for that. But I'm actually going to bring that game again because in their list, Bill Farmer, the voice of Goofy, will actually be in attendance. So I'll actually bring my copy of Kingdom Hearts 2 to have him sign it as well. So basically, after AX, now I have 3 voice actors already signed my copy. The first one being Mina Savari, who voiced my Final Fantasy waifu, Aerith, in Kingdom Hearts 2 during Alamo City Comic Con 2016. And yeah, it was a really cool experience when that happened, getting to meet her in the first time. But yeah. And let's see, what other stuff in Anime Expo to do? Well, I'm also going to document the whole thing. Check out some new stuff that Atlas is going to have. Check out all the good swag that Idea Factory is going to have, especially given the fact that, let's see. Oh yeah, the creators of Neptunia, Mizuno-san and Sonako-san, well, they'll be back again. So right now I'm actually scrambling to get my my gender bent Neptune done. It's going to be a simple concept. It's basically just a raver, gender bent raver Neptune. But the shirt, well, it's gonna be there's gonna be a twist on that, which I will post real soon on both Facebook and Instagram. So stay tuned for that. That and there's a possibility I might also bring back my gender bent Uzume cosplay that I did last year. So yeah, Anime Expo. Can't wait to go there. Can't wait to chill with my peeps from Texas and Oklahoma joining me, but also chilling out with Cali, with my crew from my friends from Cali. Yep, looking forward to that. Finally, there's the future of my videos. Well, right after my Marvel Superheroes War of the Gens video, I've been recording so much of my Disney video games, and I was also, and the whole time right after I was done with my Marvel video and my Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle demo video, the whole time I was just writing so much scripts for each of them, so that way later on I can try to hurry up to record my on-screen segments, and then I'll try to hurry up to record my voice segments, because that way hopefully around Monday or Tuesday at the most I could or rather hopefully by tomorrow I could finish the videos, and then I could upload them either Monday or Tuesday, and then give it about a few days to upload the next video while I'm in Japan, when I'm connected to a Wi-Fi, that is. But yeah, my Disney 8-bit marathon is still ongoing, and well, so is my video for Comic Palooza, which I've yet to upload. Yeah, because I haven't done my script on that documentary yet, but hopefully I could try to finish that one before this weekend is over, because yeah, it has been quite stressful these past few weeks, having to prepare everything so that way I don't mess up or whatnot. But yeah, as they say, it is what it is. But so yeah, hopefully I can get my Comic Palooza and my Disney 8-bit marathon videos up soon. Well, that's all I got for today's Real Talk. Hopefully you like everything that I had to say today, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to like and follow me on Facebook as well. Yeah, you'll see the link below to my Facebook fan page. And yeah, hopefully my Comic Palooza and Disney videos will be up soon. So until then, this has been Musashi X. I bid you all farewell. Take care, and stay tuned, everybody.